currently serving as Area Director of Area C3, District 98. He's a data analyst by profession in Tata Consultancy Services, and he enjoys free time in poetry, shairi, and reading. With a big round of applause, I'd like to hand over the control to our area director, Toastmaster Charudat Belsar.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Soumeshri. Can you please confirm if I'm audible and visible? Thumbs up will do. Perfect. Thank you once again for such a warm and wonderful introduction. Area contest, when it was in the first cycle, I was a bit terrified because it was the first experience for me as well. But I'm very blessed that I got such a wonderful club members and the Toastmaster community to support me throughout. And it was a wonderful experience for me in the cycle one. And today we are here to celebrate, to listen, to learn from our club champions who aced their club contest and are here to share their thoughts, knowledge through their speeches with us in this Cognizance 2.0 area contest for Area C3, Division C, District 98. I welcome you all, and I believe that you will have a wonderful experience. You will enjoy it thoroughly. Can we have a round of applause for everyone present in the room? Thank you so much. That seems very lively and lovely. It's been truly a pleasure to serve in the position of area director, as I mentioned earlier. And this was not at all possible without the help from all the club members and everyone in the community who is there to help. Just a step away, you just have to ping, call, message, and to reach out, and the help will be provided. That's the beauty of Toastmaster community, we all believe. And I will cover my vote of thanks again, but I don't know why I'm feeling very what I'll say, a little bit emotional. But yeah, it has been truly a pleasure. And again, I welcome you all. I can see many district officers have joined, so welcome to all. Welcome to them as well. Thank you for taking out time and joining the contest. I can see few district officers from other district as well. So I believe, yes, you will have you will see the wonderful speeches from our champions of our district as well. So on that note, now I'm going to call a person who is an excellent evaluator in my opinion. When I heard him evaluating the in his club performance, he's a Toastmaster since July 19, a full stack developer, a passionate about fitness, health, gaming, and a personality development. And when you will see him on a virtual stage, all these passions and qualities he mentioned, it will automatically reflect in his personality indeed. So give a big round of applause and help me welcome our contest chair for today, Toastmaster Aditya Narayan. Over to you, Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you so much, Charudat, for that wonderful introduction. I am honestly overwhelmed. I never thought somebody could introduce me so well. Greetings, district officers, Chief Judge Toastmaster Amit, contest officials, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Welcome to the Area C3 International Speech Contest 2021. Now, honestly, you might be giving speeches in your club level and evaluating a lot of stuff. But when it comes to contests, I never really understood what is the idea behind contest until I actually participated in one of these contests. And I understood the magnitude of the speakers you get to hear. Today, you will be experiencing the same. You will be experiencing the winners from their own clubs coming together and presenting themselves at a higher level. And there you get to know the magnitude of any speaker. Now, without further ado, let me proceed with the agenda of today's meeting. The rules have been reviewed with the chief judge and contestants. The contestants have been briefed about the rules and about the protest, but quickly I will touch base upon the protest section. Voting judges can protest only based on originality and reference to another contestant's speech at the same event at all contests. The quoted material may be used, but it must be identified. If a speech is more than 25% non-original, and even if credit is given to the source, this is a ground for protest. Protests must be lodged before the announcement of winners, and protest can be lodged only with me, that is contest chair, or chief judge. When it comes to voting judge, protest chief judge will convene a protest hearing inside a breakout room. The protesting judge will show proof for protest. If found substantial, the concerned contestant will be brought into the breakout room to present his or her case. Majority of the voting judges must concur with the decision to disqualify. I hope I have cleared the ground rules for protests. Now, one point I want to address, or rather highlight, especially to Chief Sergeant at Arms and Sergeant at Arms, is during transfer to breakout room from the main room, ensure all connected devices for a particular contestant is transferred. For example, there might be a contestant with one primary device and one secondary device. So ensure both the devices get transferred to the breakout room to avoid any undue advantage. And chat is going to be disabled for everybody apart from the hosts and the role players. Now, before proceeding with international speech contest, due to some technical glitch or some unavoidable circumstances, the contestant is not able to give a speech properly or drops due to technical issues, the contestant will have 3 minutes to join back. And this can happen twice. So let's say a contestant drops during a speech, he or she will be given 3 minutes to join back. And unfortunately, if it happens again, 3 minutes of additional time will again be given. But this is limited to only twice during a speech. May I remind all members present to kindly keep their audio on mute and video off through the contest. Chief Judge, may we begin with the contest?
Allow me a moment. Yes, before we begin, may I request the Zoom master to uncheck the allow participants to unmute themselves option. Whenever you are spotlighting any contestant, you have to give them rights to unmute themselves. So please uncheck the allow participants to unmute themselves option in the meeting room. Once that is done, we are good to go.
Can we have confirmation?
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
It's done.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, good to go. All the best to everyone.
All right, the moment has finally come. I request Zoom Master to please spotlight contestant number 1, Beena. Can you please spotlight contestant number 1, Beena? Great. So we will perform audio video check. You have 30 seconds for that. Contestant 1, Beena, can you please check your audio video?
Check, check. Am I visible?
Yes.
Check, check. Am I audible?
Can you just move your hands a bit so that we know there is no lag? Perfect. Thank you. We will be showing you the timing cards so that you are aware of the timing sequences. Can we have the timing sequences, please?
Yes, I
Can
can
you
see
go?
all the 3 cards.
Okay. Okay. So let's start with the speech. Bina, miracles happen. You got to have faith. Miracles happen. You got to have faith. Bina.
I love to watch movies which have saints and miracles. For instance, imagine Sai Baba is sitting meditating, and suddenly from his mind's eye, he can see a young devotee who is blinded. So, with the power that he has, he sends a force of lightning from the center of his forehead, which travels faster than the speed of light and reaches the girl and penetrates her eyes. And lo and behold, she can see. Or another saint who is meditating and sees that his devotee is suffering at the hands of a landlord who is beating him mercilessly. So he raises his hand, there is a rush of wind, and that wind carries the message, drops the landlord down, breaks the rod, and the devotee is standing happy. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. No such miracle has happened to me. No power of light has penetrated my eyes. No rush of wind has shown me any direction. But wait, let me narrate an incident to you in which you decide if this is a miracle or not. One weekend, I decided to go to Mumbai to my parents' house. And then that same weekend, my parents decided to leave Mumbai for the weekend. However, she handed me the keys, and my mother told me, you enjoy, but take care of the keys. That's the only spare set. Mothers, you know. I took charge of everything. And one evening, I had gone shopping and was returning by bus home. Now, my bus takes a detour and comes around my set of buildings and stops outside mine. So, as the bus was taking the tour, there was a traffic jam and it stopped short. So, I decided to get down and walk home for the rest of the way. As I reached home and reached my pocket for my keys, no keys, no wallet, no money. Oh my God, I was paralyzed. Where on earth did I drop the money? Then I gathered myself together and decided to retrace my steps. So I went back, went out of the building. And what do you think I saw? The bus was standing exactly where I had left it. Now, it takes me about 8 minutes to go up and down. And for those 8 minutes, the guy upstairs had said, statue. And the bus was where it was. I rushed into the bus, moved the legs of the man sitting in my seat, and I found my wallet, my credit cards, my money, and the spare set of keys. Oh my God, thank God. I went home. Now, Toastmasters, this whole of last year has been terrible, terrible for all of us, what with the pandemic and the COVID and all that. For me, it has been a double whammy. My husband had been going in and out of hospitals because he had a life-threatening disease. On one such day, he was admitted to hospital and I was sitting at the reception area with my head in my hand, a little sad and dejected, wondering what kind of cards life had dealt me and what I was supposed to do with that pack. Suddenly, someone tapped me on my shoulder and said, here, have this sandwich, it's good for you. And I looked around into the kindest pair of eyes and long flowing beard. And as I was peeling the sandwich, he said, listen, don't mourn the dead, celebrate the living. I ate my sandwich and I said, don't mourn the dead, celebrate the... I turned to look and he was gone. But anyway, I ate the sandwich, had a glug of water and was feeling good. Then the doctor came out and told me what had happened that day. And so on and so forth. And I was in and out of hospitals. That whole of last year was really terrible. Sometimes I had to rush in on an emergency, had to come out back again, and so on. Till one day the doctors called me and told me, listen, Beena, I don't think it's humanly possible now to do anything with this disease. I think you have to depend on him and pray hard. There was such a finality in that statement that I was shocked. But I gathered my husband together and we both went home. Now, there was a miracle waiting in the wings for me. My son, who's in Germany, decided to visit. Now, we were in the biggest lockdown possible. Europe was in a bigger lockdown, but my son tested negative, took a ticket, and managed to take a return ticket and come home. He and my older son, who's in Mumbai, came together, spent time with him, spent the last few days together, enjoyed recalling all our moments in school, college, when we used to drop them, pick them up, take them to their sports events, their picnics. All of us piled into the car and the dog along with that, and up and down. And we were recalling those wonderful times that we had. And then my husband on the last day told me, listen, Veena, I'm at peace. I have made my peace. Remember, don't mourn the dead, celebrate the living. And I was taken aback. I said, oh. And but that was not the end, Toastmasters. That was not the end. There was an even bigger miracle waiting to happen. After he passed away, hundreds of people contacted me, my family, friends, Toastmasters, acquaintances, and they told me, listen, we are here for whatever you want. We are here. You just have to call us and we will be ready to do whatever you want. So don't hesitate. And that, Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, was the biggest miracle of life. The love that all of you gave me and made me stand strong and powerful today. That is the biggest miracle of my life. Contest chair.
Thank you. Now we will have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballot. Okay. May I request the Zoom master to please spotlight contestant number 2. Okay. Contestant number 2, you have 30 seconds to check your audio and video. Can you please go ahead?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you.
Is there any lag?
Yes, there's no lag. Perfect. We will take you through the timing sequences. Just ensure that you are able to view them. Can we have the timing sequences, please? Right, you are able to view all the colors?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. Contestant number 2, Aniket. Oh God, yet another area contest. Yet another 4 contestants giving powerful doses of inspiration. Question is, what are you going to do about it? Oh God, yet another area contest. Yet another 4 contestants giving powerful doses of inspiration. Question is, what are you going to do about it? Aniket.
Contester Aditya, now you can breathe. Now you can breathe, Contester Aditya. That was a 25-word speech title. In Imagine what the contest chair of World Championship of Public Speaking Finals of 2016 had to go through when Aaron Beverly took the stage with a 57-word speech title. 3 years later, Aaron went on to become the world champion of public speaking 2019. But it was his speech in 2016 that left me deeply inspired that in my lifetime, for once, I will use a long title in my ISC speech. 5 years later, today is when I'm finally taking action on my inspiration. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and all of you super awesome people who are attending this contest when most of Pune city is fast asleep. I love international speech contests. Even though I haven't gone beyond Pune in contest levels, the name international has a very nice ring to it. But over the years, ISC speeches seem to have fallen into some common patterns. Like, have you ever? Have you ever come across a speaker who said, have you ever in his speech? Imagine that contestant was a DJ. His beats would have been like, have you ever, 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 ever? Or that classic sine wave in which the contestant began with a bang and then talked about difficult moments of their life and then bounced back to win against all the odds and left all of us audience inspired max. My speech is not going to be about that. I have delegated all the inspirational speeches to my fellow contestants. I am here to make you take action right here, right now. I am Toastmaster Alarm and I am your wake up call. Because contests come and go, what are you going to do about it? I love contests in Toastmasters. It brings out the best from each member. Every contest, each speaker has left me deeply inspired with their life story. Problem was, contests came and went, and I was not doing anything about those inspirations. And then life came a full circle and hit me when April 2019, when I found myself on the Division C contest stage for table topics. I was pumped up, focused, and ready to hit the table topic out of the park. Went to the stage. Contestant number 4. Vision without action is just a daydream. I choked. Members in the audience joked. When the spotlight was on me, darkness was all I could see. All I could say was that I have not taken any meaningful action towards my vision, and I've just been daydreaming. But one thing that I will definitely do as I walk out of this stage is take one small action towards my vision so that this debacle never repeats. 2 months later, on 4th June 2019, I launched Reading Habits by AR, through which I coached people to create a daily reading habit. I reached out to my friends at Barclays Toastmasters, and 10 of them readily signed up. Those friends then got their friends to join in, and their friends got their friends and family to join in. 2020 contest season came and went, and I had begun to do something about it. Today, I stand in front of you having created a 3-level structured program, a digital book club, and have recently launched my 17th batch on 1st of March. But behind all these good, even those small numbers, here is the dark truth that for every 10 people who join, there are 40 others who find an excuse to not do. Just like Toastmasters. Ask your VP membership. For every one person who signs up as a member, there are 4 guests who find a way to choose inaction, to choose procrastination, and to choose to kill their vision until it becomes a daydream. Toastmasters, what is that one action that you have been wanting to take but not taken the first step yet? Today, that changes. And I am going to tell you about it, what to do about it. Because you see, we are so much inspired with all the vision and the dreams and the goals and objectives, but nothing will happen until we take the first small action. And here is how. Right when I go, you will get 1 minute. Leave everything aside, find yourself a pen and a paper. And on that, write down 3 things that you have been wanting to do. Then pick one thing out of it and just get started. You have been wanting to get fitter? Start working out for 15 minutes. You want to write a book? Start writing 15 sentences each day. You want to start a YouTube channel, a podcast, or your own solo venture? Start crafting your skill for 15 minutes each day. 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, is 1% of your day. 1% each day to take one action to get you one step closer to your dream, your vision. That's it. I am Toastmaster Alarm, and I am your wake up call. You are about to have a 1 minute. Take action because contests come and go. Today, you're definitely going to do something about it. Contest chair.
Thank you. We will now have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballot. Okay. I request the Zoom master to please spotlight contestant number 3. Can we have contestant number 3 on stage? Can you unmute yourself, contestant number 3? We will perform your audio and video check. You have 30 seconds to do so.
Check audio.
Can you do some hand gestures?
Check video.
Perfect. We will take you through the timing sequences. Ensure that you're able to see all the timing cards. Can we have the timing cards, please?
Next.
Can you confirm you're able to see all the cards?
I can see white screen as of now. Can you try changing it? Yes. Green, yellow, red. Yeah, I can see all the cards. Thank you.
Contestant number 3, Abhijit. The perfect life. The perfect life, Abhijit.
There is a garden in every childhood, an enchanted place where colors are brighter, the air softer, and mornings more fragrant than ever again. Contest chair, chief judge, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. I had my entire childhood and late teenage in the small town of Bihar named Purnia. Being the fifth and youngest child in my family, I was pampered a lot. I believe all the youngest kids over here will definitely agree to me. I could easily notice the surging struggle of my dad, a man with an below average salary. Handling a family of several people was not at all easy. This reminds me of an incident of 2009. When I was in my ninth grade, a school trip was planned. The cost of the trip was just 200 rupees. Affording rupees 200, that too for a trip, was impossible for my family. I went to principal ma'am and said, "Ma'am, I'm very interested in this trip. Please allow me." To this, ma'am replied, "I know you are a very good student, Abhijit, but how can I help you here?" I immediately went down in the dumps and with a sobbing face, I requested, "Please, ma'am, please." To this, she said, "All right, I allow you to this trip, but you need to pay at least rupees 100. I became extremely excited, and that sobbing face immediately turned into the big villain smile while my eyes were still crying. I went home running and told my brother while I was gasping, "Bhaiya, you know, principal ma'am allowed me to go on the trip with just 100 rupees. I can't believe that." My brother told, "That's wonderful." Even after he knew that affording that 100 rupees was not possible. After 2 to 3 days, my brother managed to borrow two notes of rupees 50 and handed it over to me and said, "Enjoy on your trip." I hugged him and ran to bring my gullak, that piggy bank, and with the help of that 2-point needle, I started taking out all the coins that I have to carry on the trip. Finally, the day was here when I went to that trip with rupees 20. That was my savings of all time. We left quite early, that was around 6 a.m., and reached around 10 a.m. At first, we went to a shopping mall, and yes, that was my first visit to a shopping mall. Everyone is scattered to explore the mall while I was enjoying my first experience with escalators, lifts, and the glory of the building. Since we left quite early, I was hungry as well. So I started to look around, what can I eat? Where I saw a softy ice cream corner where my friends were eating. I waited for them to leave. When I went there, I asked him what is the price. He said, minimum 25. I instantly gulped all the saliva that I had in my mouth and went to a nearby store to purchase a 5 rupees cream biscuit and ate. That day, I decided I want a perfect life. I started working hard for it. I scored excellent marks in my academics and even got the chance to start my professional career with Siemens. Today, when I go to those big restaurants, I can eat anything I want and I eat everything which I want to. But I always feel something is missing. The level of contentment and the satisfaction that I had after eating that 5 rupees Tiger Cream biscuit, the wrapper which I saved from that day of 2009, is still missing even after eat my favorite chicken lasagna of rupees 500. Life is like a railway track, where on the right hand side we have the reality and the current situation, and on the left hand side we have the expectations that we have. We stand in between and we see these lines getting converged after some distance. So we start to run to reach this point of convergence. We keep running for our entire life, but this track never meets. The reason behind is the more our reality keep getting better, our expectations increase accordingly. So the track remains parallel for the entire life and we keep running onto it. There's nothing like perfect in this world. Even the most beautiful thing that ever existed, that is moon, also have some blots. And trust me, these blots are the reason behind moon being so beautiful. Imagine moon without blots. It won't look that beautiful. Let's not be too focused on what we always want. Let's appreciate what we have. Let's not run behind to make our life perfect. Let's learn to find the same level of contentment even after eating this 5 rupees cream biscuit or rupees 500 chicken lasagna. Thank you. Contest chair.
Thank you. We will now have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Okay. I request the Zoom master to please spotlight contestant number 4. Contestant number 4, can you please come on stage? Okay. We will perform your audio and video check before we proceed. Can you please unmute yourself?
Am I audible?
Yes.
Am I visible?
Yes. Can you do some hand gestures to verify? Perfect. We will take you through the timing sequences. Can we have the timer cards?
Perfect.
Okay, great. Contestant number 4, Vivek. Jack of all trades is the real master. Jack of all trades is the real master, Vivek.
Statutory warning. For next 5 minutes, whatever I am going to explain about theory of believing yourself as a master, for those who will believe it, let me tell you, they have got a sanjeevani of their life to believe in their self. And those who would not believe to my theory, my humble request not to get deviated with your goal because you're already a master. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and all guests. From my childhood, I have heard one sentence always, and that makes me nerd. The sentence is, look at him and look at you. When I was a kid, my mom used to compare me with my younger brother. She used to tell me, look at your younger brother. At his age, he started learning bicycle. And you are just happy running a tricycle. Not only that, later on, when I was in ninth grade, again same comparison. Look at him, look at you. Mom told me, look at Madhav. he started tabla classes with you, and he reached up to Sangeet Visharada, which is a graduation in the music. And look at you, you just completed 3 exams and roaming like a Zakir Hussain. I said, what? Not only that. Later, in my college days, I started hobby of cooking. So I refer some books because those days there was no computer, no any mechanism, electronic mechanism. So I used to follow my mom. I used to go to my parents, their friends, and anywhere I used to just observe people who are doing good dishes. One fine day, there was a show going on, a cookery show, and mom suddenly looked at me. She said, "Look at Sanjeev Kapoor. He's making thousands of dishes. He's traveling all over world, and look at you. You're just happy over making vada, dosa, poha, uttapa." I have never realized or never understood the fundamentals of being a master. Then I gave a lot thought to it, and then I saw that jack of all is always a master. You know what? There are simple few rules. The very first rule: there is no fear of failure because no one is there to compare. Another thing is, a jack of all trade person is always flexible and accommodative. That's very important in your life. If you can't do something else, then move it to other. You move your goal to different way. Third thing is, whatever person achieves in that small piece, he or she feels comfortable and they feel like they are on cloud nine. Vis-a-vis, look at the pain that goes to the masters who only focus on a specific goal. Have you ever seen the pain or restless or even a not a fear but a heartless movement for Sachin Tendulkar when he got out on 99 run or even a duck? Have you ever thought what pain he might be going through? Take another example. A great singer, a professional singer, when he loses his competition just because in this final he got a sore throat and he couldn't perform. Look at the way he would be cursing himself. He can't help it. Whereas a person like me, who is always happy and try to find out some other thing, I understand. I cannot be a Sanjeev Kapoor, not at all. But you know what? I felt proud when in my society competition during Ganeshotsava, when I made those dosas or when I made those paneer dishes, and kids used to call me Chef Paneer Uncle. I used to feel that I am Sanjeev Kapoor. Well, I always used to ignore a word of uncle, but that's fine. Chef Paneer or Chef Master. Isn't that a victory? Second example, I cannot compare myself with Zakir Hussain. No way. Not even with my friend Madhav either. But I remember an incident when I was in Canada and during Diwali festival, I got an opportunity to play a tabla in one of the festival because their own tabalji, the tabla player, couldn't attend that. Believe me, that time I was Zakir Hussain. So whatever I learned in those 3 exams, I could perform that. And when I got out from my seat, when I look at the audience, oh wow, I felt that it was concert. So friends, my only suggestion to all those jack of all trades, don't feel disheartened. What you have to remember is whatever you do in your life, even if it is 20%, do that 20% as 100%. Automatically, you will be a master. See, in today's thing also, in today's world, rarely people understand the importance of jack of all trade. Now, take my example. Even God did not permit me first rank in giving this competition, giving a speech, because God thought, let this guy be at a fourth rank. Let he do not spoil all the leaders, all the masters who are listening to it. I know God, but I know you also have found some other place for me in this tiny world. So, friends, opportunity will always come. Don't deviate from that. But remember, when I say that jack of all is always good, I'm not denying the fact that being a master is definitely great. My only point is, whatever you are doing in your life, if that's making you happy, if that giving you a fulfillment, then ensure and always believe in yourself and tell your heart that you are the master. That's exactly what Toastmaster does. Our each learning, no matter if you are on the level 1, level 4, or level 5, you are a master when you are performing in front of 20 people or 200 people. So, friends, always remember this mantra: Jack of all trades is the real master. Over to contest chair.
Thank you. We will now have 2 minutes of silence for the judges to mark their ballot and 1 minute of silence for tally counters to collect the ballots. Okay. I request Chief Sergeant at Arms to send the Chief Judge and tally counters to the breakout room. Please confirm once you have done so.
Contester, can you please check, tell Toastmaster Meghraj to join the breakout room? I believe Chief Judge is waiting for him there. He's still in the main meeting room.
Postmaster Meghraj, can you please join the breakout room? Postmaster Meghraj.
Yeah, now he's moved in. He's moved out now.
Contester, we can proceed with the certificate of participation.
Okay, so now we will proceed with the participant interview and certificate presentation. I request the Zoom master to please spotlight contestant number 1. Just hold on, let me just verify. Sorry, contestant number 3, Abhijit. Can we present the participation certificate to Toastmaster Abhijit?
Yes, just a second.
Yes.
Is my screen visible?
Yes. Can we have a virtual round of applause for Abhijit?
Thank you.
So Abhijit, before you leave, one question to you. You have mentioned in your profile that your brother inspires you the most.
Yes.
Can you just tell maybe in 1 or 2 lines in what ways he inspires you?
In my speech also I mentioned when I was struggling the most and wanted to go on that particular trip, he was the helping hand where he borrowed some 2 rupees 15 or from somewhere and allowed me to go on the trip. So similarly, he keeps motivating me on my every step. There was an instance when I was not even going to study engineering, but he came out as a guy, as an angel, and he made me study what I wanted to. So on every step, he motivates me, he guides me, and his journey has been even more struggling than I could ever imagine mine. So each and every moment or each and every word or every day, he keeps motivating. Whenever I'm down, he motivates and guides me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Abhijit. Your speech was really inspiring, especially for me. Okay. Can we spotlight contestant number 4, Vivek, now? Can we have a round of applause for Vivek? So before you leave, Vivek, one question. You have mentioned that you like to spend time in nature, and you are also a member of Green Hills Group NGO. So how exactly do you contribute to the NGO, and how do you feel by spending time with nature? Maybe in a couple of lines. You are on mute, Vivek.
Yeah. Hey, hi Aditya. About 4 years ago, one of my colleague, he asked me one question. Have you ever done tree plantation? I said, yeah. I mean, in school also I've done that, and especially whenever there is Ganesh festival or some occasion or some local leader, they arrange that. So he said, no, no, no. Doing plantation on the hills. That was a different concept. So I went with him, and it was the Chatushungi Hill. And from then I realized what actually meant by a tree plantation or tree nurturing. So from them, I was regular. And again, as I said, being me as jack of all trade. So initially for a year, I used to go every weekend. Later on, slowly that came down because of some other reasons. But still, I'm associated with that organization. 2 weeks ago, I took my society as well, all my friends and their children. So yes, it's really good. I really feel good for my own health as well. That a kind of exercise also happens.
Okay, thank you. So since Abhijit and Vivek, they won't be participating in table topics, I took their interviews as well. Now we will present the participation certificates to uh, Toastmaster Beena. Can we spotlight contestant number 1, Toastmaster Beena? Can we have a round of applause for Beena ma'am? Thank you. We will take your interview post the table topics. Now, can we spotlight contestant number 2, Aniket, and present him with the participation certificate? Can we have a round of applause? We will be interviewing Aniket also post the table topics. Thank you. Do we have the tally counters back and the chief judge?
Yes, I am back with tally counters. I was lucky to have some good mathematicians with me.
Okay.
Chief Judge, before we go further for the bio break, we have our division director Toastmaster Sanjay here. So can we have division director's address, please?
Sure.
Contester, can you please invite our division director on the virtual stage?
Yes. Can we all welcome with a round of applause our own division director Sanjay on stage, please? Sanjay, can we spotlight him?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, Sanjay.
Okay, unfortunately, I will not be able to turn my video on. So I request the host and everyone else to excuse me. You're requesting me to turn my video on, but it wouldn't be possible for me to do that. I'd have really loved to do it, but I'm in a very inappropriate condition. There was a holy party organized in the morning, and that's the reason I've just returned some time back, just sometime around when the contest started. So I request all of you to please bear with me because I will not be able to turn on my video. Nevertheless, I hope that we'll be able to discuss at least something. So before I move ahead, many congratulations to all the participants of the ISC, and best of luck to all the TT contestants. I'm sure all of you are going to enjoy. And like I mentioned in the contest that happened in the morning for the table topics contest, I have just one phrase: "May the topic be with you." Now, all of it being said and done, I think it's extremely important for all of us to acknowledge the fact that it's been over a year now since we've moved to the screens and not really are in front of people. If you look back at when we joined Toastmasters, a lot of us would have had the fear of public speaking or the fear of stage, what we commonly call as stage fear. And obviously, we used to hesitate when we were asked to talk in front of people. Now, when everything moved online, trust me, at least I was scared when I was asked to speak to a camera because I don't know how people on the other side would react, whether people would even be able to receive what I want to communicate. But over time, we spent days, weeks, months, it's almost a year now. And now I'm sure all of us are very comfortable with this concept of speaking online or speaking to our camera. Now, the only thing that I want to leave all of you with is when we are done with this pandemic and when everything gets back to in-person meetings, are we going to be more comfortable speaking to people? I really hope yes. The reason being we are anticipating or all of us are extremely eager and waiting to go ahead and meet people in person. I'm sure there's not one person who would say that it's okay, let me just sit at home and attend the meetings online. So as far as Toastmasters is concerned, we do want to break out. We do want to go ahead and speak to all of the people. Now, I really hope that when we get back to speaking in person, we go ahead and we do it much more comfortably. Another point that I'd like to leave all of you with, some of you might have heard this before, but do you remember when was the last time you did something new? Or when was the last time you challenged yourself into doing something that you haven't done? I would talk about delivering a speech. The reason being, it's been a while that I delivered a speech at my home club. But when I did, I wanted to experiment. I wanted to do something different. So I decided to not sit at one place and deliver my speech, but rather stand, try and get a stage-like environment. I placed the laptop at a certain distance, and trust me, my body was extremely uncomfortable to even move. Now on a stage, you have a defined area. You have to be moving. You can look at people around. But my camera is so small. I'm sure all of the cameras that we have on the laptop is so small. How much will you vary your eye contact? So with all of those elements, I was extremely nervous, extremely scared, but I still went ahead and delivered the speech standing and not really sitting. What I got out of it was some learnings as to how one can even do that. So when is the last time you have done something of this sort? If you haven't done it, I hope you go ahead and do it. All the ISC and the TT contestants, I'm sure you're all doing something new and something different. For those who've already contested in the pre-COVID era in person, I'm sure online must be a nightmare or probably a very different experience in terms of how it goes. But I really hope that all of us do experiment, make the most out of this opportunity. I really wish all the best to all the participants, all the contestants. Another thing that I'd like to mention is C3 will always remain close to my heart. The other area directors will have to forgive me for that, because I was an area director of area C3. And obviously I can see Amit rolling his eyes already, but that's how it is. And in the end, home is home. So I really am excited to look forward to the table topics contest. I'm sure it's going to be exciting, and the contestants will have a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me here. I did not mean to have this as a very formal and mundane address, and like you can see, I'm not able to even turn my video on, but I hope all of you will get to see a glimpse of how my face, how colorful my face looks like. So I really hope all of you have a colorful time ahead as well. Thank you so much for having me here. Back to the area director, and all the best, everyone.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanjay, for joining us today. And even though you are always a colorful person in your speech, and now I believe you are already enjoying the Holi festival well ahead of time. And now that you brought it up, I believe many of my club members are going to ask me that if division director is celebrating Holi, why you are asking us to sit here and attend the contest. So thank you so much for attending and sharing your thoughts with us. And truly, it's always an energetic way. You are always an energetic person, and that's what we need all the time, so that we can work best and do serve well in our community. Over to you, contest chair. Thank you so much.
Thank you, area director and division director. So I have the results with me. The most awaited time.
Wait. Sorry to interrupt. This will be done at the last, Aditya. Now you need to hand it over to the Chief Sergeant at Arms for a break, I guess.
Okay, so I hand it back to Chief Sergeant at Arms to announce further proceedings. Thank you.
Or you can also declare the bio break for 5 minutes.
No, she is
contest chair.
The Chief Sergeant at Arms is here. Yes. Can you please unmute? Yeah.
We'll now have a break for 5 minutes. It is 3:36 now. We will resume back at 3:41. Please do not leave the meeting. Enjoy the break.
Do we have Chintan and Swapnil here?
Back from the break. Hope you all refreshed. So now we'll continue with our contest, and I am the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Grusha, and I welcome you all to the online contest. I will start by stating the mission of our club, of the area. So the mission of the area is we build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. So now we will continue with the table topics contests. There are some rules which I'd like to reiterate that should be respected during the contest. All attendees must mute their audio at all times unless instructed otherwise by the contest chair. Do not share your screen unless asked by the host. Once the contest starts, please turn off your video as well. And that's all. I wish you all a fantastic contest, and I hope you all know who is the contest chair for the table topic contest as well. Our area director introduced him really well, and now I would like to hand it over to the contest chair for table topics, Toastmaster Aditya. Over to you, Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms Krusha. And I will reminiscence the introduction which I received back by our own area director. Greeting district officers, Chief Judge, Toastmaster Amit, contest officials, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Welcome to Area C3 Table Topics Contest. Table topics is extremely crucial to understand how to be impromptu. I mean, in life throws you situations, you into situations where you have to take impromptu decisions. And you cannot be flustered all the time and say, oh, I'm not able to do this. Table topics has been very close to me because that was the first contest where I understood my own potential. But again, as I said, whenever any contest comes up, you should be there to participate, to understand the magnanimity of that particular contest. And that is what I have understood through these contests. So without further ado, you will be listening to some amazing impromptu speakers today. The rules have been reviewed with the chief judge and the contestants. The contestants have been briefed and informed of the location of the timing lights and cards on Zoom, which we will be again doing it whenever we call upon the contestant. And let me just reiterate the section on the protests. Okay. First and foremost, whenever a contestant, the table topics contestants are moved to the breakout room, ensure their primary and all their backup devices are also moved to the breakout room, and this responsibility falls on the sergeant at arms. Secondly, when it comes to protests, ensure that if any speech is more than 25% and it is non-original, and even if the credit is given to the source, this is a ground for protest. If speaker refers to another contestant or his or her speech given in the same contest, this is a ground for protest again. If a voting judge protests, chief judge will convene a protest hearing inside a breakout room. The protesting judge will show proof for protest. If found substantial, the concerned contestant will be brought into the breakout room to present his or her case. Protest must be lodged before the announcement of winners. Protest to be lodged only with me, that is contest chair or chief judge. I hope this is clear to everyone. Just wanted to reiterate this particular point. Now, in case of any technical difficulties or you drop out while giving a table topic speech, you have only 1 minute to rejoin. And within 1 minute, if you're not able to rejoin, then you're disqualified. There are no further chances. Ensure there's only 1 minute. The chat has been disabled for all participants and everyone else. It's only enabled for the hosts. So with that, may I remind all members present to kindly keep their audio on mute and video off throughout the contest, unless asked upon. Chief Judge, may we begin with the contest?
Just allow me a moment to check if we have all the role players. Yes, we can, but before that, just get a confirmation if any contestant has a backup device so that Sergeant at Arms is able to understand, and Zoom Master can send that device also to the breakout room.
Yes. So contestants, do you also have any secondary or backup device with you? Should I call upon one by one, Chief Judge, or because I have not received any confirmation?
Yeah, I think if anyone has a backup device, can you please use the emoticon from the reaction section, maybe a thumbs up or a raise hand. Just wait for a couple of seconds. Okay, we do not see any emoticon, raise hand, or any thumbs up. So we understand and we take that there is no contestant with any backup device. Over to you, contest chair.
Thank you. Okay. So now I request the Chief Judge to choose one of the table topics.
Okay. Now it's other way around. I will request you to choose. I have 5 topics with me: A, B, C, D, E. I hope it's visible. Okay, it's not, but it's still A, B, C, D, E. Okay, allow me a moment. I will just remove the background. Okay, so there are A, B, C, D, E. I hope it's visible. D, E, C, and a B
Yeah.
and a A. Yes. Tell me one.
Yeah, I'll pick E.
E. Okay. So here is E, and I am sending it over to you on WhatsApp. Till you don't give a confirmation that you have received the topic, none of the candidates will be sent to the breakout room. So Zoom Master and Sergeant at Arms, please wait till that. I have sent it to you, Aditya. Just give a confirmation if you have received it. I have sent the pic of chit as well as in writing the topic. Can you confirm you have received?
Yes, I have received. Thank you.
Thank you. Readable?
Yes, readable.
Okay, thank you. May proceed with the further activities, please.
Okay. So requesting Sergeant at Arms to move all contestants except contestant number 1 to breakout room where everyone's video will be switched on, and request Sergeant at Arms to be attentive in both rooms, main and breakout. Can we do that? And please confirm once you have done so.
Yeah, all 4 have gone.
Okay, great. I am requesting the Zoom master to please spotlight contestant number 1. Okay. So we will just ensure your audio and video is working. Can you unmute yourself? Can you? Can someone please unmute contestant number 1? Okay. Can you please check audio video?
Check. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Your video?
Is there any lag?
No lag. Can we have the timing sequences presented to him, please?
Yes, I can see the timer card.
Okay. Perfect. Contestant number 1, Aniket. From a small seed, a mighty trunk may grow. From a small seed, a mighty trunk may grow. Contestant Aniket.
From a small seed, a mighty trunk may grow. You see, we are in this 21st century technology-based era where people love their dopamine kicks. They love planting those small seeds. In fact, even literally, they will go for plantation drive, plant that small shrub, plant that small seed, and in a few days they'll be like, okay, the tree would take care of itself. And lo and behold, it doesn't. So many people, when I see online, they are coming up with this 21 days to take a habit, 50 days, 30 days, 48 days, 66 days. When you plant a small seed, a huge trunk may happen. You see, these small seeds are your habits of life, of excellence. These are the small seeds of the skills that you want to create, but you have to continuously nurture them. Just by joining Toastmasters, wonders won't happen. You have to stay ground. You have to continue at it. You have to keep fertilizing it. You have to keep watering it. And that small seed would turn into a plant, and then a plant into a tree eventually. So what is that one thing that you've been wanting to do? Even as Toastmasters, you know, 1.5 years is the average duration majority of people are Toastmasters. They think they have created their communication skills and then they leave the fold. They leave and they are just a plant. When you hang in there for a long while, that small plant turns into a trunk, a tree with roots deep enough to be able to sustain itself and provide shade and cover to one and everyone. Hang in there, keep nurturing it, keep adding that fertilizer, stick around, and that small seed that you've planted of habits of excellence, skills of life, that will turn into a trunk for sure, not me. Contest check.
Thank you. We will now have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots.
विलोनी जी को किन्होंने इनवाइट किया है प्लीज मुझे बताएं.
Okay. Can we have contestant number 2 in the main room? Do we have? If yes, can we spotlight contestant number 2?
Zoom master, can you please send a message to get contestant number 2? Okay, he seems to be here.
Can we spotlight contestant number 2? Okay. Can you please unmute yourself, contestant 2? Okay, okay, fine. Okay, let's do an audio video check for you. 30 seconds you have.
Am I clearly visible and audible?
Yes. Can you do a hand gesture to see if there's any lag or not?
Okay.
Great. All good.
Thank you.
Okay. Contestant number 2, Chintan. From a small seed, a mighty trunk may grow. From a small seed, a mighty trunk may grow. Contestant Chintan.
Okay. From a small seed, mighty trunk can grow. That means that we should not underestimate the power of that seed, the power that small things hold. I think we underestimate the power of small things. And they say uh, small things come, the good thing comes in small packages. And I think this is a very good example of the phrase that a small seed grows into a big trunk. And when we were a child, we were nourished by our parents. We were given good food, good clothing, and whatnot. And we have turned out pretty good. And I think to to make that seed a big plant or a big tree, you need nourishment. And that nourishment you need to provide constantly. And over the period of time, it grows into a big trunk. Similarly, when you are doing something good, you have to do it consistently. Whenever you do something consistently, you will get the result in the end. May it be long term, it may require some time to nourish, but eventually you will get the result. Your small seed will eventually grow into a big trunk. Contest chair.
Thank you. So we will now have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballot. Okay. I request Chief Sergeant at Arms to kindly ensure that we have contestant number 3. Okay, thank you. Can we spotlight contestant number 3? Contestant 3, can you hear me properly? Am I audible?
Yes, contestant. Am I audible?
You are audible. And can you do a hand gesture to see whether your video is perfect? Okay.
Am I?
Yes, you are. Can we have the timing sequences for the contestant? Were you able to see the timing cards?
Yes, I can.
Contestant number 3, Swapnil. From a small seed, a mighty trunk may grow. From a small seed, a mighty trunk may grow. Contestant Swapnil.
Good afternoon, contest chair and fellow Toastmaster. And thanks for the wonderful topic. From a small seed, a mighty trunk may grow. As rightly said, from a small seed, a mighty trunk can and may grow. We all have challenges in our life. We all have problems in our life, but we actually value what we have in life. In spite of challenges and problems, we are able to conquer them and turn them into opportunities and solve them up to the best. We wait for that opportunity and we turn them into a great solution. I still wondered 2 years before when I joined Toastmaster, was not able to speak confidently. Got the opportunity to join the club, and that helped me to improve my speaking skills and leadership skills as well. A small opportunity in my company turned into three opportunity at different clubs to connect with people and to connect with various Toastmasters across the globe. Got got mentorship by fellow Toastmasters and friends. Not just in the Toastmaster, I will say, at the company level as well. When there are opportunities in work, we are there to turn them into a big solution. I know we have challenges and problems, but we often take care of what we have. Learning and knowledge we all want to achieve in our life. But I will say, value what you have, which help you to turn that small seed into a big trunk in your life. Just embrace the known which help you achieve the goals. Thank you. Over to you, Contest.
Thank you. We will now have a minute of silence for the judges to mark the ballot. Okay. Can we spotlight contestant number 4, please? Okay. Contestant 4, can we do a quick audio and video check?
Check video, check audio. These are my hands.
Okay, great.
I can see the timer. Yes, Cognizance. Colors. So the colors: white, green, yellow, red. Yes.
Okay. Am I audible to you properly?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Contestant number 4, Bina. From a small seed, a mighty trunk may grow. From a small seed, a mighty trunk may grow. Contestant Bina.
Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. From a small seed, a mighty trunk may grow. You know, there's a wonderful image of an acorn. Acorn is a small nut, and suddenly it tears open, and a huge oak tree is suddenly shown. I mean, can you visualize that which is such a microcosm? A seed is always a microcosm, a small thing, and it becomes a macro event. It becomes a huge tree which has huge branches, roots, and it spreads all over the place. One cannot imagine. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters, if you nurture it well, if you look after that seed well, if you give the seed good mud, soil, and water at the right time and sunshine, it will grow into whatever you want it to grow. It will grow definitely. So no amount of weeds or no amount of anything else can stop it from growing. Similarly, a small child is very, very innocent. When we bring up our children, we see their innocence, and our inputs and our values, when once we feed them with those, then these young hearts or these young babes grow up into huge men and women with so much of love in their hearts and so much of values and so much of principles. That is exactly the simile: from a small seed, a mighty oak will grow. Over to you, contest.
Thank you. We will now have 2 minutes of silence for the judges to mark their ballot and 1 minute of silence for tally counters to collect the ballots. Okay, so we will proceed with the participation certificates for the participants. So first, can we call upon contestant number 1, Aniket, on stage?
Can we be sent to the breakout room, chief judge and tally counter?
I'm sorry. Yes. Sergeant at Arms, ensure that the chief judge and tally counters are sent to the breakout room. And once you have done, please confirm.
Yeah, they have moved.
Okay, great. Can we have contestant number 1, Aniket, on the virtual stage, please? And please spotlight him. Can we have a round of applause for Aniket?
Thank you very much.
Aniket, before you leave, you have mentioned that you're a reading habits coach, and you have also mentioned that in your speech. So can you elaborate what exactly that means and what you do, maybe in a couple of lines?
In a couple of lines, I'll simply say that in this world of technology related everything, people are losing their roots. That is how they read, reading being the mother of all habits. Just like people ignore their mothers, mostly they're ignoring reading. The greatest habit one can have to acquire knowledge in the fastest manner. And that's what I've set out on a mission to help people, coach them, not just by opening any book club, but hand holding them each and every day through an experience oriented program so that they build a resilient reading habit through which they're no longer scared of self-help and non-fiction books, because fiction is easy, but non-fiction scares smithereens out of people. And that's what the challenge I've taken upon. And I've been on that journey. That's where the reading habits coach, since I have to coach people and not just tell them to do this and that. It's a long, deep process.
Okay,
I
thank
hope
you.
that answers.
Yes, you have answered that question brilliantly, even though you took more than a couple of lines. Okay, can we spotlight contestant number 2, Chintan? Chintan. Yeah. Okay. Can we have a certificate? Okay. Can we have a round of
I cannot
applause?
hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can see you also.
Okay, I can read from your lips that you can hear me, but I cannot hear you. Okay.
Anyway, can we have a round of
Let me
applause for
join back.
Chintan?
Or okay.
No, stay. Stay. Okay, can we have a round of applause for Chintan? Okay, since he cannot hear me, I won't be able to ask him the question which I had decided.
You can drop the question in chat box if he can read.
Okay, I'll do that.
Check that.
Can you check your chat, Chintan? It's all lip reading currently, I believe.
Chintan, can you hear us?
Okay, let's move on. Can we spotlight contestant number 3, Swapnil, please? Okay, can we have a certificate? Swapnil, can you unmute yourself? I have one question for you. Can the host unmute Swapnil?
Thank you,
Okay.
contestant. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Swapnil, I have one question for you. Can you share what a year of this pandemic has taught you in a couple of lines maybe?
Sorry?
What this particular 1 year of pandemic has taught you in particular? Can you share that in 1 or 2 lines?
Pandemic taught me, I think, to have patience and to do the consistent efforts, I'll say. Do not worry about the final result, but do your consistent efforts and wait for it. If it's in your plate, you will get it. And yeah, we actually we have been struggling a lot. Everyone is doing so much hard today. So I think, yeah, when you are putting your efforts, you will definitely get the results. That's what I will say. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Swapnil. Round of applause. Can we spotlight contestant number 4, contestant Beena, please? Can we have the certificate, please? Round of applause for contestant Beena. Okay. So, Beena ma'am, you have mentioned in your profile, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. So, can you put some light on this quote? Because I like quotes a lot, that's why.
You know, we are always worried if we come up to the mark. We are always scared to express ourselves. We are always afraid. We have this funny feeling that, can I measure up? It is never like that, because as human beings, we are 100%. If we can move our arms and legs and talk and look and listen and use all our 5 senses, we are 100%. And if we are 100%, we are the best. Only thing is that we are scared of this wonderful light coming out of ourselves, and we don't perform to our 100%. That is what I mean by saying we are afraid of our light that is there within us. And we are all the time thinking a negative feeling and thinking, my God, I wonder if I can do it. I wonder if it's possible. Just forget the fear, because dar ke aage jeet hai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right. So, do we have the chief judge and tally counters back?
Yes, we are. Like I said, I have two very good mathematicians with me.
Okay. So, should I go ahead and announce the winners?
Now, you please hand it over to the area director, Toastmaster Charudat.
Sure.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, right, Charu? Or you hand it over to me?
Before we move further, we will have first, I would request everyone to turn on their video. We will have a group photo. I learned this from Amit in the morning contest, because we had 50 plus participants. We are already at 41, and we would love to take a screenshot of everyone present in the meeting room. So Zoom Master, can you please go to gallery view and take a screenshot? There are two windows, so keep smiling till Zoom Master confirms.
Um, I'm sorry for taking such a ridiculous amount of time.
No worries, sir.
I'm sure our picks are not ridiculous.
Done.
Yeah, done. Same.
Perfect. Contest chair and chief judge. Now, first we will have role player certificate. Then we will have winner certificate for ISC, and then we will have winner certificates for table topic. Role player certificates to be felicitated by chief judge and winners by contest chair. So over to you, chief judge, and Zoom master. Can you please share the role player certificate?
May I have just 1 minute of time? I'm preparing one of the certificates. I've just almost finished with it.
Okay. Let me help you with that. I'll share the role player certificate.
So I can also do that.
Okay, yeah, Himanshu, you have, right? So please
Yeah,
share
yeah.
the role play certificate. Thank you. Okay. Mm. Can you please share it in slides? Yes. Seems good. Over to you, CJ.
Thank you, Toastmaster Charu. It really has been a pleasure to go through this contest. And without the role players, I'm sure without that team, the people who have worked in planning as we see the execution, I feel it has been flawless so far. So we start with Postmaster Soumya, who started the meeting as the Chief Sergeant at Arms, and any start brings a lot of confidence and good omen, I feel, for any contest, any meeting. So thank you, Toastmaster Soumya. Great work done. Can we spotlight Grusha? Can we spotlight Grusha?
Yes, I'm on it.
Thank you, Grusha. I understand you did an amazing job as the Sergeant at Arms as the table topic started, and I understand how it feels to be in that breakout room. You almost feel like I'm missing the speeches. So great job done, and thank you very much. Timer, Toastmaster Deval. Thank you, Deval. I mean, timing is one of the most crucial things. And add to that, displaying it on the screen, the cards and all. So great job done, great precision. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief Judge.
Next is the second timer, Toastmaster Pooja. Where is she? Thank you, Pooja. And I understand it was your first role, which you took courage and took this role. I must say you did it quite well. Well noted the time and shared it with me on time as well. Thank you very much and all the best for future roles as well.
Thank you.
Next, we have the people who went with me to the breakout room, the two mathematicians I'm saying, Toastmaster Meghraj. Thank you, Toastmaster Meghraj, for those amazing maps and ensuring we come back on time. Thank you, Toastmaster Meghraj as the tally counter. Shruti. Do we have Shruti? Do we have Shruti, Zoom Master?
I don't see her here.
She is there, but I don't know if she...
Oh, I'm facing issue with
Okay.
muting and unmuting. Thank you so much, Toastmaster
No
Amit.
problem. No problem, Toastmaster Shruti. As long as you're good in maths, being a tally counter, that serves the purpose. And thank you so much for taking up this role. Yes. Next one, please, Zoom Master. Ah, it's your time. Toastmaster Himanshu, as the Zoom Master. I think, what do I say? Do a selfie spotlight for yourself. Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Himanshu. I took a lot of pain in ensuring spotlights on time and did the job quite well. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Now we have the second Zoom master as well, who was busy preparing the certificates as well as taking pictures. Toastmaster Paritosh. Thank you, Toastmaster Paritosh. I think you are
Thank
taking
you.
this role quite often and you are going to do a PhD, I'm sure, on this technology and all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you too. You too.
Yes, please. And finally, we have someone who had been playing a marathon innings. I feel your pain, Toastmaster Aditya, speaking for so long, repeating a topic. I understand you must have got bored, but yes, job well done. You were loud, you were clear, pauses were at the right time. I hope the contestants did not face any issue in hearing you, the topics, etc. So thank you and job well done.
Thank you, Amit.
Yeah. Before I get
Yeah,
any
I,
certificates, yeah, please may I get the honor to mention the judges. They were Toastmaster Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, Theta, Zeta, Kappa, etc., etc. And guys, you have been amazing and very precise. Sent the ballots on time, and thank you so much for taking up the judges role. And without you, we wouldn't have got a clear winner and results. So thank you, judges. Thank you again. Yes, over to you, area director.
yeah, I'll take this moment and again thank you so much, Toastmaster Amit, for being there throughout, helping me with planning, organizing, conducting, implementing, and executing. Because all these, though they just seem the word as in the form of verbs, but there is a lot and lot of practice, thinking done behind this. And truly, Amit has come up with everything, every minute details. And I believe role players will also agree with me. He has been a great help. He is suggesting all the possible ways we can conduct this contest efficiently. And truly, you have been a wonderful chief judge. Thank you so much. Thank you once again. And this is for you. Can we click a pic of Toastmaster Amit with this certificate, please? Zoom Master, can you please help me? Perfect. Amit, you can smile now.
Yeah.
Done.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So shall I hand it over to contester? Because if we are keep handing it over to one another, contestant might feel that what these guys are doing. So yeah, thank you so much once again, and over to you, contester.
Thank you, Area Director Charudat. That was some nice lightness brought into the environment of this contest. Appreciated, Amit and Charu both. Okay, so I have the results with me. Drum roll. First, we will go with International Speech Contest winners. So the results for the International Speech Contest are as follows. First of all, I want to congratulate everyone for presenting such nice and contentful and meaningful speeches. I also want to tell you guys that there were no disqualifications based on time. So third place winner is contestant Abhijit. Can we spotlight contestant Abhijit?
What?
Can we have a round of applause for Abhijit, please?
Just a minute. We can't see the certificate. Zoom Master.
Paritosh, are you there?
Yeah, there seems to be some glitch. For some reason, the names are not visible. I'm fixing it right now. It's almost done.
Yes. Till the time he fixes, let's take some deep breaths.
Yeah, for the contestants.
Is it visible now?
Yes. Round of applause for contestant Abhijit, please. Okay. The second place winner is, drum roll, contestant Aniket. Can we spotlight Aniket? And a round of applause for Aniket. And the winner of Area C3, who will represent us in the division contest on 24th of April, is contestant Bina. Great. Okay. So moving on with the table topic winners, I have the results for that as well. And I want to again mention.
Contestant, please wait a bit. A point has been mentioned by the tally counter in terms of table topics. Allow me 5 minutes to recheck the results.
Sure.
So, Chief Judge, do you want to go to breakout room?
Yes, that would be good.
Okay.
So, requesting Sergeant at Arms to send Chief Judge and tally counters back to the breakout room. So till the time they come back, Charu, you want to give some information or anything at your end?
Okay. Yeah, there are a couple of things by the time they come. So the very first thing is everyone might have received a mail from our international president, uh, and it mentions the mail is very elaborate on a way that you must set a goal and work on it, and there is a goal sheet attached with it also. So whatever personal, professional goals, Toastmaster related goals which you are trying to do, pursue, that will definitely help. And I personally felt it's a very good way because when I, as already introduced by me, Sergeant at Arms, I joined Toastmasters since 2016. And those who are from traditional track, they might know that it takes lots of time to figure out titles, topics for our CC speeches. But Pathways has been designed in such a way. I can see Bina ma'am thumbs up. So yeah, for Pathways is designed in such a way that that trouble for you has been taken away. You have been told what to speak about till the time you get familiar with the stage, and then level 3 onwards the stage is all yours. So please do set a goal, work on it, work towards it, and fulfill your Toastmaster journey. The second is, today is 27th of March, and those who have renewed for October cycle, they are getting a free path from Toastmaster International that will save you $20. So if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't got your path, go to Basecamp and please get this offer in your bucket, because it's a very good opportunity. You can start working on your path if you feel so, but again, you can just visit it. There are lots of projects. Figure out, give assessment couple of times, learn from that, and then decide your path. But grab this opportunity to get a free path indeed. And in addition to that, keep giving speeches. as already said by our division director, I am just reiterating that it's very important that even though we feel that I am not getting this feel in online, the stage feel is not the same, and it's very valid point. We are not denying that, but whatever is happening, this is a new normal when you are seeing, and as a future, as far as I can see, my mind goes, I see that this is going to present a lots and lots of opportunity in Toastmaster. Sometimes I just wonder that see, Toastmaster has created a project manage online meetings. Nobody knew, but now we are so become familiar with managing online meetings. Maybe it's a Zoom master role or contest chair role that has been seen somewhere, forecasted somewhere by the Pathways team, and they have included that projects. And today we are becoming master of it. Same applies to creating podcast, creating blogs, and everything. So please make most of it and make sure that you are enjoying your pathway journey. I can see the CJ back. So
Yes, we are
over to
back.
you, contest chair.
Over
Yes.
to you, content chair and the Zoom master.
Okay. I have the results with me, the updated results, I would say. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for this wonderful table topics contest and a great topic chosen by our chief judge. I thoroughly enjoyed, and it's very nice to see different perspectives being given by different speakers. I mean, I was thinking when the topic was given what I would speak, but when the contestants spoke, I realized everybody can have a different perspective on the same topic, and that is the beauty of impromptu, I believe. And I hope you enjoyed the contest as well. I would like to thank all the contestants first of all, and contest officials for an excellent job done. All right, so I would like to present the contest results for the table topics contest for Area C3 division. Area C3, my bad. First of all, I want to inform that there were no disqualifications based on time. So without further ado, the third place winner is contestant Swapnil. Can we please spotlight Swapnil? Round of applause for Swapnil. It was a brave decision on Swapnil's part because I think he was not even 100% when he gave that speech. He was not well. So good job done. The second place goes to contestant Aniket. Can we please spotlight Aniket? Where is Aniket? Yeah. Okay. And the winner of Table Topics contest, who will represent us at the division level contest on 24th April, is contestant Beena. So double whammy, I would say. Double winner. Great. So with that, I hand it back over to our area director, Charudar, for a vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, contest chair, once again. I'm not audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Is
She
it
wants
low?
to speak. Beena ma'am wants to speak, I believe. And she has been muted.
No, thank you. I just want the host to unmute us because we want to express our thanks.
Okay, I guess, yeah. Ma'am, you, okay, fine.
Okay.
Uh, once again, the very first thing I would like to say is, I'm a very own critic of myself. Whenever I'm doing something and it's not good, before you come and tell me, I myself know that, okay, it was not very good. And the same apply to my welcome address. I got emotional. That's a very valid point because the term is going to end. I had so pleasant experience working in my very first district role, and I got all the support. And then soon Amit and I were discussing that okay, this term is ending and this is our last contest, and somewhere that stuck with me, and that's what happened there. But being an emotional person is a very right thing, I believe, because we are here to serve, and to serve, the very first thing is, if you are emotional, so that's where your ability, your willingness to serve comes from. And eventually, uh, as I already said in my address, I believe the one thing you'll agree is you thoroughly enjoyed the contest. Such a wonderful speakers we have, what a different perspective, s- fantastic and fabulous. Sometimes even I was awestruck to the screen, and oh my god, it feels very pleasant that we are getting chance to listen to them, learn from them, their speeches, their delivery, and everything. So all those who are present here in the room, I believe you enjoyed the contest. And again, this was not at all possible to conduct it very fluently without the help of our role players. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, voting judges. Thank you, tiebreaker judges, and thank you, chief judge, who managed it very well. And along with that, I believe I must thank our PQD team, district trio mainly, because the contest sheet and chief judge kit provided by them for this online contest, it was so very detailed plan. It was not at all possible because there were many challenges, and we are getting continuous support from them also. So thank you all the district leaders who helped us through this process and make sure that we are conducting the contest and giving the best experience to our member and contestant. With that note, once again, if I'm forgetting something, so sorry for that, but truly I'm really grateful for all the support you have provided me, all the learnings you have shared with me, and I believe somewhere I was also able to share my learnings with you, and that will stay with you. Once again, thank you so much, and I hand it over to Chief Sergeant at Arms or Sergeant at Arms to who mentioned that we have adjourned the contest and then we are open for fellowship. Thank you so much, and congratulations, winner. Congratulations, contestant. Do we have Sergeant at Arms? Soumya, Grusha, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for investing your wonderful weekend and enjoying a great show with this contest. With this, we would like to adjourn the meeting, and yes, stay safe. Big round of applause for everyone.